What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your Brewmaster-in-Chief. And tonight, in the BrewLab, I'm coming at you with a Jeskai control deck. And I've never felt that playing control has been this necessary. The format is an absolute aggro prowess fest. Like, wow. And this tends to be, for those of you who've been following me for quite some time, a reaction to days when I just cannot win a freaking game. For those of you who follow me on X, you will have seen the post I made yesterday, but I played for about 4 hours solid yesterday, and I think my win rate was like 36%. I had 4 for 10 against mono red, like just losing. I hadn't had a losing streak like that, I want to say, more than 6 months. So really a low point. And usually my answer to days like that is to, stop getting frustrated, take a deep breath, unplug, spend the rest of the day away from the screen, and then come back and build some control decks so that I can destroy the opponent. And again, like, what ends up happening is that I realize that I'm actually pretty good at it, even though I go out of my way to consistently diss control players. And that is because it is a very kind of toxic playstyle. Of course, you just don't allow the opponent to do anything. But I am actually pretty good at it, unfortunately. And, well, okay, and let's say the second reason why I don't really like playing it or against it is because my time is very precious, and sometimes matches can go on for 15 to 20 minutes without much going on, especially in the mirror, which I noticed for some reason the algorithm that pairs you up with your opponent, as soon as I switched to this deck, suddenly I'm running into control decks, which honestly, like, maybe 2 out of the entirety of the time since the set was released. So it's either my tinfoil hat deserves its place, or everybody else is doing what I'm doing. They had a really bad day with aggro, and they're starting to shift into trying to figure out how to beat them. And this is all a very long-winded way of saying that the Djinn Prowess deck, which I promised, although I will show it to you briefly, did not end up doing what I hoped it would. So, without further ado, let's jump into tonight's brew. Jeskai ContRal, as you could tell from the deck box, but I did promise I would show you the Djinn deck. Look, it's not terrible, but the mana just ended up making it a little bit worse than I thought it would be. You end up having to play too many pain lands, and then when you play against an opponent that's also going this route, but without the 3 colors, just mono red, or the Gruul one, or the Rakdos one, then I found myself dying to my own pain lands too often. However, quick notes. Some of the cards that when I do eventually revisit this, should probably have made the cut. Aloe Alchemist, really freaking nice. Whenever you plot it, +3/+2 and gains trample. And the other one was the green spree card, which I have mentioned in previous videos. Trash the Town, in conjunction with any kind of double striker like Picnic Ruiner can be, can end up being a buttload of cards. And more on this card in a future video. I think if you're going to be playing Teamer Otters, there's the Otter that reduces the casting cost of instants and sorceries by a colorless. That's obviously going to work quite nicely with spree cards. So since the Otters deck, there is one of the really good Otters is already in Teamer from Wilds of Eldraine. maybe Temur Otters is actually like the best 3-color aggro deck and not this kind of weird thing over here. But, well, you know, there's still plenty of time before Dustmore and Spoilers start, and plenty more brews to brew. So, more on that in a future video. But for tonight, as promised, Jeskai ContRal. And I do have to give some credit where credit is due. Let me just go quickly fish up my good Discord community member who initially posted this, Broslow1. If you're watching this, thank you for the idea. You know, he was already doing this on like the 1st of August, you know. So congratulations for already seeing where the meta would be going, because we well and truly are in a situation where you probably should be running 3 copies of Temporary Lockdown, or you'll die to all of these frogs, mice, whatever, lizards. It's pretty much all just 1 and 2 drops. Really aggressive decks. So it's, yeah. Anyway, thank you for providing me with the initial draft copy. I, of course, had to make some of my own adjustments. I'm not going to bore you here and tell you what I changed, but essentially this is a slightly modified version of one of my Discord community members' brews. And not too many new cards for control, but it is what it is, you know. That's been kind of the main reason why I haven't been putting up too many control decks, because I am here trying to show as many new cards as I can, and this particular list doesn't run that many of them. However, front and center, hence the name of the deck, Ral, Crackling Wit, the new 4-mana legendary planeswalker from Bloomburrow, the only planeswalker from Bloomburrow, that says that whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a loyalty counter on Ral. You can +1 it to make a little otter, you can -3 to draw 3, then discard 2, and then eventually, if you get, you know, since putting loyalty on Ral isn't that difficult in a control deck, you may be able to -10. Not only do you get to draw 3 cards, which is pretty nice, but you also get an emblem that gives your instants and sorcery spells Storm. For those of you who missed that chapter in Magic's history, whenever you cast a spell, copy it for each spell cast before it this turn. That ends up being really, really nice with things like Lightning Helix, but also just our quick study or whatever ways to draw cards, or if we need to. It's really not the win con, just bear in mind that it's there. Ral is really just in here to, you know, the win cons are quite slim right now for control. So I found myself mostly winning games with Mirrex, Restless Anchorage, Zurgo and Ojutai swinging in the air, and the occasional hit from an otter. But most of the time, these otters are just chump blocking to ensure that you can survive. We've also got the Urabrask's Forge win con, and we can also copy our Urabrask's Forge with one of the modes on 3 steps ahead. So some cool stuff going on. Notably, we've lost a very crucial card for control. Honestly, I'm pretty happy because I was a bit sick and tired of seeing it, but Memory Deluge, of course, has rotated, and to make up for that, I've brought in Quick Study, which honestly has been really, really nice. Like, now that there isn't a better alternative, just clean and simple, 3 mana, draw 2. Instant speed. Boop. I'm actually a little bit surprised this is common. I may think, you know, maybe this could be an uncommon. Regardless, phenomenal little card. Keeps the wheels turning in a control deck. Of course, you need to draw as much as possible. So between the Quick Study, the third mode on 3 steps ahead, the Spellgyre, which is the second new card in the deck, we'll get to that in a second, and you know, the card advantage you get from hitting with Zurgo, it's been doing just fine. But yeah, I'm not going to cover all the other stuff. We know what all these things do. So let me just quickly talk about Spellgyre, and then we can jump straight into some games. In the 4-drop slot, replacing, obviously worse, but replacing Memory Deluge, we have ourselves a new card called Spellgyre, 4-mana instant, and you can choose one. Either counter target spell, or Surveil to draw 2. Interesting, huh? Like the way that it's slightly different. It's still drawing, so not as good as, I mean, yeah, I don't have to explain to you guys why it's not as good as Memory Deluge, but that versatility, that you know, either counterspell or card draw can be has been in testing. I'm currently 8-1 with the deck, or 7-1. We'll see the stats at the end of the video, but I'm doing really well with it, and Spellgyre has definitely been an important part of that puzzle. And that's the list. Everything else we know, so it is about time for us to jump into some games. See how the deck holds up on the upper diamond ladder. Also, I do want to apologize for the terrible sound quality in yesterday's video. I don't know what happened. There was an update for OBS, Windows update or something. I had to like completely uninstall my drivers, reinstall everything, and eventually it just kind of worked. But like for an entire 12 hours there, I was doing testing all kinds of things, and it was just this really tinny weird sound coming out of the microphone. So again, my apologies. Oof, I don't know if this is a keeper or not, but seems alright. We don't have a turn 2 counterspell, so if we don't top deck one, I will actually... Ooh, that's not good. Fine. Oh, man. Sure. The wastes. This discard deck is really annoying. Let's go for the, yeah, we don't need another red. I mean, another blue. Okay, now we have counter magic. I'm expecting Liliana, I guess, something like that. Okay, no, he's just going for the card draw. I mean, for the so blue, definitely blue. Nice top deck, especially against this card. Need to keep those cards a-coming. Thank you. Now we have multiple counterspells. And we're getting close to being able to Zurgo. Unfortunately, Sheoldred's Edict's been making a little bit of a comeback, so... that is one way that they can definitely deal with our poor Zurgo. Now let's see which of our... Okay, so... Nah, we're not quite ready to play out Zurgo. Let's see which of our utility lands he targets with Demolition Field. Okay. We've got 3 Demolition Fields in our own list, so let's see. It's crazy how many matches with this deck have been down to like who's got the most Mirrexes. It's truly quite disgusting. Okay. Blue. Let's go once again to get a blue, white, blue, white, blue, white. Red, blue. Haha! Okay, this allows us to still hold up no more lies. Why? 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 What? You still had 4 cards in hand. Surely you had something. But okay. Cool. Creeping towards Diamond 1. Almost Mythic. I think I'll probably make it today. When I finish recording. I'll just keep jamming a little bit. I got a couple other control brews up my sleeves, which I'm keeping a secret for the next video. So we'll probably, I have a feeling I'll get into Mythic with those today. Slow and steady. What are we? The 5th? Oh, not that slow, but after the day I had yesterday, I was thinking probably gonna be floundering around in lower diamond for a good couple of days. But these kind of control-y decks have been doing the thing. Hell yeah. Vantage, Seachrome Coast. Removal, counter. Unfortunately, we're on the draw, so this deck can get pretty scary, but Lightning Helix is just the best thing possible for this. I think we're probably gonna remove something and not counter something. Although, I think it's in this case it's better to remove it because we get the life back. Now we're countering. You'll still get the trigger, but you're not gonna fire off a monstrous rage, my dear fellow. Terribly sorry. Would love to find one of my lockdowns. There's only 3. Only 3. There's 3 in the deck. I hope we find it. It's pretty urgent. Although, could be worse. And you found yourself a land. Yeah, come on. Lockdown, please. Please. Down to 3 cards in hand. Of course. And this is my kind of deck, but I'm so damn sick and tired of playing against it. There we go. We're just dead. There's literally nothing I can do here. I'm ready to bet big money that he has the Callous Sellsword in hand, and we're just immediately screwed. So, okay. The difference between play and draw when it comes to... whatever. Ridiculous, stupid deck. And I'm allowed to say that because I'm an aggro mage. Like, it's just maybe a little bit too ridiculous. Some of the win rates that people are posting with that Rakdos list is just too much. Like, the damage output by turn 3 is more than... even a lockdown may not have saved us there, you know? Maybe if I was on the draw and I had 2 Lightning Helixes in the top 5 cards in my library, maybe. And like, I have been winning. That's my 2nd loss ever with the deck against... and both of them have been against that deck, believe it or not. It is what it is. New set is coming pretty quickly. Actually, sure. On the draw this time. Fingers crossed. It's not again the same. Opponent's playing the little lizard avatar. Aha. Okay. One of these kind of tempo-y decks. I think we'll, you know, there's a good chance we got this one. It's probably just, what's his face? Haughty Djinn. I got used to when I see Sleight of Hand, it's probably the Azorius. What's the name of the card I'm thinking of? The Monastery Mentor deck. With also Horde Djinn. You remember the one, kind of Reanimator vibes. Go ahead. Cool. Use them all up. That's why Quick Study is so nice. You know, you cast at EOT, get them to burn a spell. So that when we get to our Zurgo, we are actually ready. Is there a more boring matchup than this? I don't know. Now he'll have to use the full 2 mana to counter the Djinn. I mean, to counter my 3 steps ahead so that the Djinn can enter. And then we'll just Sunfall it. Yeah. Thanks for the card. Love that. Zap! I'm starting to think I should put like 1 Cavern of Souls against the occasional, you know, opponent that's doing the same thing. So that we can get a Zurgo down without worries. Like bounce it or something silly. Which is fine, honestly. Whatevs. Go for it, mate. Oh. Do I get a tapped fish? Thanks, bro. Love tapped fishes. I mean, if I have to win with a fish, I'll freaking do it. The issue with the Djinn deck is they have that Flood of Knowledge. To reload their hand with. So, fingers crossed. Anyway, we still have plenty of options here. Yep, that's fine. There's my freaking Mirrex. I got 3 Mirrex. Really love to get one in the next couple of turns, because that's definitely a way we can beat blue. I don't know why he was so keen to swap a single, you know, 1/1 token thing that I made with the Sunfall incubator for a 1/1 fish. Like, it's the same thing, dude. But, okay. Now, the question here is, if we play Ral, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we're 1 mana short from being able to also hold up counter magic. We need to hold up 2 blue. I'm gonna go colorless. Colorless. Red. Blue. And if he counters this, I won't respond with a 3 steps ahead. Because I do need to counter the next Haughty Djinn he plays. Okay. Like I said, tedious AF. Gonna bounce my fish and give me another fish. I've got the creature lands. You got jack squat, mate. So good luck. I think this is the point at which we start to maybe accelerate a tiny bit with a Helix. Thank you. Second demolition. Where's the Mirrex? When I freaking need it. I guess I could start attacking with my Anchorage pretty soon. Okay. How come? Oh, okay. Sure. Wow. Just the slimiest people. Yeah. Come on. Another negate. Let's go. Disgusting. Disgusting. Sure. Let's go for this one. Yes! Yes! Okay, let's do this properly, right? So, one colorless, a white, and a blue. Still leaves me with 2 blue for the 3 steps ahead. And I can believe he'll probably just bounce this too. Wow, mono blue plays. I got the Mirrex though, baby. I think you're super rude. Yes. Bye. Last spell in hand. It's definitely gonna be another freak. Sigh. Okay, how do we get rid of this thing? Another land. Okay. That's pretty problematic, but not unsurmountable, clearly. So let's just play out the Ral whilst the shields are down. This thing does not have, you know, trample, so cool. That way we also shuffled that 3 steps ahead away from the top of his library, which is pretty nice. Cool, bro. Cool story. And that's a big-ass freaking dude, though. Eesh.
Daughter, daughter, I need some help.
-3, huh? Okay. Okay. Cool. Let's make sure my...
Aha! A solution!
You know, Mirrex can still produce what I want it to produce. Get rid of the Blast Zone. Do we even have any basics left to fetch? I think there's one more. Oh no, there should be one basic red. Yes, fine.
You get to be my protege today.
I'm gonna keep this land in hand in case we finally get to actually use Ral's Minus for drawing. The games that go nowhere. Huh? Holy cows, man. Like, can we draw something other than a land, please? It'd be quite nice.
I hope you've got bottled lightning.
Oh no, no. Electricity is off. The race is on. I gotta reconnect to a different internet before the game drops. Please, 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 please get back in. I just lost power to the whole house, as you can tell from the lights going off. Please. Okay, wait. I'll probably have to quickly go out and in. Oh my lord. Don't even tell me that this is actually happening to me right now in the middle of a video when we were doing so good against that guy. Okay, internet's up again. We're going back into the client. Oh, please, 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 please. Not like this. Not like this. Oh. I'm busy trying to turn on the hotspot on my phone. I mean, I've turned it on. I've connected to it. Oh, God, this is insane. Welcome to Indonesia. Third world country. AF. There we go. There we go. Oh, please, 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 please. Yes. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Unbelievable. Just my luck. Okay, okay, okay. Yes, check for active map. Not like this, man. Not like this. Yes. Yes. Ooh. Okay, okay, okay. It looks like we're okay. I'm on a laptop, so my battery lasts long enough to, you know, get back in and complete this video for sure. If just the computer runs a little less well, as you know, when the plug is out in these like gaming laptops. Yes, end turn. Sorry. I'm back. I'm here. Game, yes. Draw 2, then discard. Fine. Now it's doing this bug where like the lands don't tap when they are and these types of things. Maybe I don't even have this otter here anymore. Fingers crossed. What did I miss? Doesn't look like I missed anything. I think my countdown timers were enough. Eddie Merc, the crab. Sure, I'll get you to pay a little extra.
Aha! A solution!
That means also Ral. I'm gonna have to throw the poor Anchorage under the bus. Okay, no, it doesn't look like as though we have any bug. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this now.
There's evidence here somewhere.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. So let's swing first. And then Sunfall his ass.
Well, gotta work with what's available.
Sent packing. And we still got Mirrex available. Sorry, bud.
Together we can shift the current.
Bye-bye. Nice. Even with the freaking entire electricity of my, what looks like to be the whole block and neighborhood, the hotspot saved the day. How are we doing for time? That's only been 2 games, and we're already 38 minutes in. So these control videos always go a little longer. I hope my staff, as you know, I live in a hotel. Hopefully my staff is handling the issue. Actually, I'm going to quickly open my WhatsApp, which is why whiteness all over my face suddenly. Let me text my receptionist and tell him to turn on the generator. Clayton. The main problem, aside from the computer lagging a tiny bit, is the fact that I'm dying of heat. My fan isn't running, and it is a really, really, really hot day. Hello. What have we got here? Some kind of a mirror? I'm fairly certain this is some kind of a mirror. Actually, I think I played this guy a little earlier. There we go. Lights are back. Whew. Fan. Okay, maybe not. Maybe it isn't a mirror. I don't know. I just... Personally, I wouldn't run stable in this particular deck. Maybe that's a bad, you know, that's not a very good take, as they say. Maybe I should be running one or two, but I feel like the Mirrex is okay. Now, this is definitely, well, definitely. Never say never, but I have a feeling this might be somebody who's trying to play domain of some kind. Maybe some sort of yeah, like 5-color nonsense. Yeah, let's get the tap land down now while we can. We anyway have the mana for 3 steps ahead. I wasn't about to jam out Ral right now, when I'm not entirely sure what he's doing. Fine. Keep those coming. One temporary lockdown will rid us of them quite rapidly. I think it's probably one of those decks where you have to just wait for that one key spell to counter it, and the whole thing crumbles. And it'll probably be some kind of a return target permanent, blah, 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 blah. That's just my guess. Sure. Let's go for another quick study. Spellgyre. Off the top. Nice. I'll only play Ral when I can also play it and hold up interaction. So many Surveil lands. Yeesh. I think we'll go for the draw 2 counter target. Yeah. And get rid of the Battlefield Forge. Yeah. Bye. Yes, baby. D1, let's go. I can't tell you how good this feels after the day I had yesterday. I posted it on X. Let me just get it up here for those of you who don't follow me there. And first of all, what are you doing? Follow me. It's all my stuff actually goes up there. But I posted yesterday. The poster said worst day ever. 3 hours and 45 minutes of play, 36% win rate, 21 wins for 38 losses. Oh, yesterday was just the pits. So I'm very, very happy that we got to turn it around. And unfortunately, we have arrived at the 45-minute mark. And fortunately, we got to see the 2 new cards in the deck do exactly what they're in the deck to do. So because of these technical issues, I need to go and just make sure that the generator's got petrol and all of that. The whole hotel is fully booked with clients right now, and I need to make sure that the pools are running, the showers are going, and the air conditioning units are working. So I'm going to have to love you and leave you. But jumping back into the deck with some final thoughts and my overall review. This was already the deck that saved my ass a few seasons back against what at the time was an onslaught of freaking just mono red, essentially. But now it's just even more relevant somehow, and I think I've built it just kind of perfectly. Without tooting my own horn too much, I even think the mana base is about as freaking smooth and slick as it gets. 26 lands, 2 Zurgos, 2 Rals, 2 Urabrask Forges, just enough win cons, you know, the Mirrex, just to get you over the finish line with just enough counter spells and removal for every freaking type of permanent under the sun in the mana base. I love it when I get to be able to play Get Lost alongside Temporary Lockdown in my Boros control list, which is going up soon. You know, I want to be playing things like High Noon, maybe some you know, card draw things on turn 2, like the Vault, that kind of stuff. But then, you know, you play your lockdown and you lose all of your 2-drop permanents. So end up having to play the Brotherhood's End as a 3-mana sweeper in the Boros one. Whereas here in Jeskai, you know, the only things that really get swept up by your own lockdown are the creature tokens from Ral and from Mirrex. So it's not that bad. And you just play around things and, you know, only do it when you have to. So absolutely freaking loving this deck, and I have a feeling I'm going to ride it into Mythic later on today, and of course I'll post my results as the thing progresses. But for now, let's have a quick look at some statistics, and I know you love those. Boop, boop. How are we doing? 9 for 2? What? What happened to the blue matchup? Ah. It missed it somehow because of the internet disconnecting. Ah, that's so disappointing. So it would be 10 for 2 if that internet hadn't, you know, messed up in the middle there. But I still think that that's good enough for you to consider crafting up some of these cards if you don't have them all yet, and taking it for a spin on the ladder yourself, especially if you are more of a control-y inclined mage. The list has now been made visible on my Untapped. As you know, the link to my profile is always down there in the description, alongside 3 other websites where I post my decks, which includes Air the Hub and MTGA Zone most famously, but definitely dearer and closer to my heart, and at the top of the list of the links in the description where I post my decks, mtgsearch.it, with which I am, you know, collaborating, and I try not to plug it too often, not to sound boring, but definitely a website well worth your visiting, and incredibly well coded, customizable. The creator of the website is trying to make some sort of social media / deck building / it's even got the Frank Carsten mana base building algorithm cooked into it to help you make your mana bases. It is really an invaluable resource, and I wish more people would use it. So again, last time I'll plug it for the next little while, mtgsearch.it. Link is in the description. But that is going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be seeing you all in the next one with another fresh brew. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab signing out. Peace, y'all.